Alright, good morning everyone, it's Gaming Rivalry here, back again with Stories from Seoul, the Gundam. Last time the captain told us to get into the O'Brien with armored frame unit together with Hansen. I actually forgot what we were trying to do next here, but I do believe we talked to Cassandra earlier, so maybe we should try to talk to Dr. Rosarium there. Lieutenant Uchiha, is there something I can help you with? Sorry, Doctor. I didn't realize you were still here. I'm not currently needed anywhere else, Lieutenant. Yeah, of course. As you're still here, I assume that you have a medical No, I was just going. Very good, Lieutenant. So what are we trying to do? Head to the hangar when ready to depart. You know what? I'm not ready. We're not ready. We're going to go to everywhere else but the hangar. You know, I'm gonna go to sickbay again and talk to Cassandra.
Hey, what are you still doing here? Don't you have a daring rescue to pull off?
Well, I just thought I'd check in one last time before I left. Make sure you're really okay.
Yes, sweetie. But I'm fine, really. Totally fine.
No, fine.
I'm currently under supervision to assess the extent of and potential causes of any ailment that I may be suffering from. However, my condition is currently stable and doesn't appear to be life-threatening. Although I can think of something that could speed my
Sorry.
recovery.
You know what? Should I try? No.
How?
I thought I could zap Cassandra with it.
What?
Yeah, what?
Nothing. Actually, don't worry about it.
No, come on, tell me.
No, really, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You focus on getting ready for your mission.
Okay, anywhere else to go? Airlocks. There's someone here. There's no one here. Can we look there? After I got the power back online, one of the first things Dalton did was return the suit to its locker and replace the batteries in the radio. The chief's got him well trained, that's for sure. Can we use this?
What is that?
The access panel to open the hatch.
Oh yeah, let's fly in. We are
Uh,
flying actually right now.
Where else? Foresight,
Iron
full
space.
roof here. You know what? Mess hall. We're going to buy some chocolate.
We're going up, it's our
As you
moment.
walk by the mess hall, you stop to take a look inside. Everything seems to be operating as normal, from the lazy spinning of the extractor fan to the food vendor cycling through, illuminating its different option. At the table and facing away from you is Haru. You watch them as they idly swirl the contents of their cup of coffee before taking a sip. They have noticed you, they aren't letting on, but from the looks of it, they seem deep in thought. You don't particularly have anything you want to ask them, but then again, you decide it might be good to check in before you head out. You know, they told us that Haru's voice is really harsh, gruff.
Huh?
But they look like this. I don't know. I'm not sure how to voice.
Yeah, I also don't understand.
Oh, yeah. What's going on? What's a hero like you doing stopping the mess hall? Hansen told me he was taking you for a ride over to the O'Brien. Picking up snacks for the trip? I was just checking up on some of the crew before I left, making sure everyone's doing okay. Wow, what a professional! I'm doing alright. I was sleeping in my quarter when the power went out. Didn't even notice, really, until Hansen started banging on my door. That's good. I'm glad you're doing okay. Yeah. Oh, Uchiha. Yeah, Ensign. Thanks for helping Hansen out. Well, you know, it's my duty, right? Yeah, I guess it is. Still, he's my flight partner, so if you did him a solid, you did me a solid. Keep it up. Maybe you aren't the coward we think you are. Lighten up, Lieutenant. Jeez. Alright, Ensign, if you're okay, then I'll leave you to it. Don't be like that, Lieutenant. You just need to chill out. If you need any help with that, you can stop by my quarters at any time. Let's go. Use the vending machine. Silent voice again. Should we give that to Cassandra?
Let's try. No?
Where's
Can
the
we try?
sick bay?
Hi, Cassandra. No. Oh, no.
Oh, there you go. You mean something like this?
That's exactly what I was thinking of!
Look at that. Since I'm so good at treatment, maybe I should consider a move to the medical corps.
Now that I think about it, it might suit you. You always really like that nurse uniform. But now that you're solved this medical emergency, you need to focus on getting ready for your mission. Get out there and nail it, Lieutenant Uchiha!
Yes, ma'am. Okay, now where else? Dalton. Oh, Dalton is in hangar though. So Hansen? I don't know. Where is Hansen? Foresight. Fire control. These. As the door to the fire control slides open, you're met with a familiar sound of tinny music escaping from Dylan's oversized headphones, letting you know that the gunner is at his station. Looking around at all the illuminated screens and flashing readouts, it appears that everything here is back up and running as normal. Although there's so much information on display, you've got no idea if there's a correct assessment. Leaning slightly to catch a glimpse of Dylan, you can see that he's currently zoned out in appreciation of the track he's listening to, oblivious to your presence. Knowing that he would have recently had his personal sanctuary intruded upon by both Lieutenant Lord and Chief, it feels cruel to disturb him, but your years of being a security officer kick in and you find it hard to resist the urge to check in. Hello, Dylan! Hey, Dylan! We're in officer days. Dylan?
Wake up, Dylan!
Yes! Latest report, no update on the... Oh, hey, Lieutenant. Sorry about that. We've just had the Chief and Lieutenant Lord crammed in here with me shouting at each other about finding the O'Brien. Lord wouldn't even let me perform the search with my headphones on. Against regulations! Like it makes a difference to what I can see. I didn't sign up for that kind of stress. Anyway, what's up? Oh, nothing much. I just thought I'd check in on you. See how you were doing after everything. You know me, Lieutenant. As long as I get to listen to my music, it's all good. And like, as long as Lieutenant Lord never comes in here again, I guess. Ugh. What about you, sir? I heard that we've got you to thank you for getting the gun dog back on her feet. You doing alright? Yes, I guess so. I've been too busy with running a sweep of the ship to stop and think about it, really. Well, with needing to do a spacewalk and all, rather you than me, Lieutenant. Closest I want to get to space is seeing it through these monitors. Yeah. Anyway, if it is okay with you, Lieutenant, I'm supposed to be keeping an eye on the O'Brien and I was right in the middle of a gnarly Trish and the Replicant song. Mind if I get back to it? No problem. Take it easy, Gunnerdies. Thanks, sir. Can we talk to you again?
Bye-bye, go back to sleep, Dylan. Bye-bye, go back to sleep.
It must be really entertaining in a place with no internet to just listen to music all day.
Yeah, imagine listening to the repetitive musics all day.
It's not repetitive. Dylan got a lot of playlists.
He made his own music or what?
No. Maybe the central computer always starts up like that. Terminal is working properly. Yeah. Let's just move again to the other side of the quarters. Cassandra's quarters. You punch the code to the terminal outside Cassie's quarters and smile. You definitely never forget your anniversary again after what you had experienced today. The door slides open and you step into Cassie's quarters. Even without Cassie here, there was something about her room that made you feel at home and welcome. You sigh, idly gazing around and tapping the toe of your shoe against the floor. Eventually, you stop to take a look at your watch. Seeing the time, you realize that it's not long until you are due to lunch. Should really get going. No, still wanna mess around here because it's a mess. I could get anything done every time for the mission anyway. Okay. Okay. We can't fix it. We can't fix her. You lay your hand pensively on the door in the captain's quarters with the gun docked back to relative normality. There was once again no justification for you to step foot inside. Still, the time you had spent in there had shaken you. The contents of the report come flooding back to you, pushing their way to the forefront of your mind. You knew this was how things were in the military, but how long could you go on knowing that the captain was responsible for what happened that day without doing something? You pushed that thought back down and do your best to ignore it. You had a mission to prepare for. You could deal with it later. Step away from the door and head back to the corridor. Now wasn't the time to think about that kind of thing. Where else to go then? Engine room. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna grab myself some guns. Don't need anything. Oh, I see. I see. Never mind.
Just for anticipation.
As you make your way into the engineering section, you relish the various sound coming from the now functioning machinery, the thrum of moving parts, the buzz of electrical systems, the repetitive pulse of various cooling systems. With your newfound appreciation for the activity taking place all around you, you wonder if this is how the chief feels. On that subject, "Hey Chief, are you around?" You call out, doing your best to shout over the noise. "Chief?" You wait a moment but get no response. Looking around, you can't see her anyway. Must be in the engine room.
Chief.
Engines. Moving from the engineering section into the engine rooms, the first thing that strikes you is that the huge turbine-like machinery that fills the majority of the area is now still. You got so used to their constant motion and regular thrum that after your first few security reviews, you had stopped noticing it. But now that it was absent, the stillness of such a huge space made you uneasy. The only saving grace was that with the cavernous structure of the engine room no longer filled with the sound of the engines, you could hear the chief's analytical monologue echoing across the expanse. You wouldn't have to do much more than follow it to its source to find her. "Chief!"
So that's detectors 1 through 7 calibrated against the background gamma and signaling baseline. Now if I can...
Hey Chief, how was it?
And no blockage in the cooldown flow. No warping and exterior heat sinks either.
Chief?
Oh, it's you! Lieutenant Uchiha, did you have a mission to be getting ready for?
Well, yes, but I thought I'd check in on how you were doing before I had to leave.
Oh, well, everything is as fine as it can be down there. Down here. The loss of power didn't do any damage as all the fail-safes for a hard shutdown kicked in, so because of...
Not the ship, Chief. I want to check in on you.
Oh, I'm fine, Lieutenant. I just need to get these engines back online. I would have had them online already and Lieutenant Lord didn't have me waste all that time finding the O'Brien. Once I told her that we could find them using the infrared targeting sensor, she should have left it up to the Ds and let me get on with things. I could have got back to figuring out what's causing the problems with our long-range communication system by now. Maybe even...
That's something else I wanted to ask you. What's happening between you and Lieutenant Lord on the bridge? I've seen what she can get like, but I didn't think she would be that way in front of the captain.
Alright, Lieutenant. You know what? I've seen what you'll do for the ship and the crew, so in my book that makes you right. So I'm going to let you in on a secret, in case you hadn't figured it out already. The only reason any of us are on this ship is because the GCF don't know what to do with us. Not bad enough to dismiss or Kurt Marshall, but too much of a liability to screw anything important.
No, we're like throwaway dogs.
Yes. Also, Hansen is a throwaway dog. And I know that includes me, as a union woman. I've butted heads with enough of the brass that they've used every trick in the book to get me out of the way and onto my last warning. So when Lieutenant Lord realized how pissed the captain would be that the engines hadn't been reactivated, she threatened to pin this whole mess on me. That she's reported the decision to delay the engine's reactivation, not mine, if I didn't back up her story. Whole thing makes me sick. Some of us actually have important work to do and don't have time to be playing games with the crew to warm their way to the top. As much as I hate going along with it, I'm stuck for the time being.
Jeez, I didn't realize Vanessa could be so...
But don't worry about me, Lieutenant. I'm a big girl. I can look after myself.
Yeah, literally big.
Yeah. I figure out some way to deal with her. We just worry about getting back from the O'Brien safely, you heard?
Thanks, Chief.
To mention it. Although, one thing, Lieutenant.
Yes, Chief?
Don't interrupt me when I'm clearly in the middle of something.
Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, Chief.
Get out of here.
Okay, now time to go to the hangar then. Your quarters, destination, hangar, fire control. Yeah, hangar it is. As the ship's gravity disappears, you slowly float down to the final few steps leading into the hangar. Once your almost weightless feet connect with the steel flooring of the catwalk, you kick off it and towards the guardrail, grabbing it before you float past and bringing yourself to a stop. Ahead of you are the typical side of the hangar, but for the first time since you had boarded the Gundam dock, its expanse is filled with noise and motion rather than the usual near silence and stillness. You see Dalton floating from one segment of the furthest armored frame to another, clearly in the process of carrying out its pre-flight checks. As he arrives at each new part, he opens an access panel, checks the hidden machinery and mechanism underneath, and thus slams the panel closed, occasionally stopping to take one tool or another from his belt to apply adjustment to the frame's inner workings. Alongside the erratic slamming of panels and whirring of electronic tools coming from Dalton, you also hear the back and forth of bickering between Hansen and Vanessa. Of course. You watch as Hansen, donning his flight suit, snaps at the lieutenant and then kicks off into the empty space of the hangar, swiftly followed by Vanessa, who does not let up on whatever it is she is trying to discuss. Glancing at your watch, you see that it's almost the scheduled time to depart and start the mission. You're just putting it off any longer, I guess. Hi, Vanessa! As Hansen and Vanessa continue their argument, oblivious to your presence, you maintain your grip on the guardrail. It's almost time for the mission, so you could get ready to depart. Don't leave yet. Use. Hansen's the one who will piloting. Did you know over this mission, not me? Okay. Oh, the name is Juno. I see. Talk to Dalton. Doing your best not to draw the attention of the squabbling. Hey Dalton, how are the preparations going? Lieutenant, preparation are at ease, cadet. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Don't worry about it. Everything all right, though. Oh yeah, everything's fine. Thanks. It's just that this is that's the first time I've actually had to prepare an armored frame for a real mission. Every other time has been for a drill or a test or something. I really don't want to screw it up. Take it easy. Hey, take it easy, cadet. I'm sure you've done a good job. But what if I've done something wrong? Then you and Ensign Cruz would... Slow down a second, Dalton. Sorry, sir. No problem, cadet. Just take it easy. But tell me, have you ever screwed up any of your armored frame drills before? Well, no. Or any test? No, I guess not. Always a first for everything. So why would you think you had done something wrong this time? I mean, I'm sorry, I guess I was just getting a bit nervous. It's alright, cadet. We all get a bit nervous the first time we have to do something for real. But I've seen how hard you work and what the chief puts you through. so I'm sure you've got it all done up to her standards. Thanks, sir. Although she always makes me double check the actuators. What if I forgot the actuators? Let me check it real quick. Okay. And then Dalton went to the O'Brien with us.
Hi, Hanson.
Gathering up your resolve, you kick over the storage lockers near the hangar entrance and remove a flight suit from one, pulling it on over your normal uniform. It had taken you much longer to get the suit on earlier, but thanks to that unwelcome refresher, you now slide it on relatively effortlessly. After closing the clasp on the last of the suit seals, you take the helmet from the locker and tuck it under your arm, turning back to face the main hangar. Hansen and Vanessa's bickering doesn't seem like it will end anytime soon, so with a wary exhalation, you float forward, fold over the guardrail, and kick off it, sending yourself towards Hansen's armored frame. Lieutenant Uchiha reporting for duty. You announce loudly as you grab onto the shoulder of the armored frame. Stopping in the middle of what she was saying to Hansen, Vanessa turns to face you. She then pushes off the hangar ceiling and heads towards you, not waiting to arrive to begin her lecture.
It's about time you arrived, Lieutenant. You're due to depart in a few minutes. What exactly do you think you're doing turning out this close to the mission start time? I remind you that I'm responsible for overseeing this assignment, so I want to have your leg of time.
Before she can get much further into the tirade, Vanessa is cut off by her own cuff, who floats in between the two of you and into the open cockpit of the Juno. Sign crew is ready for departure.
Why his face looks so pissed off?
Because Vanessa, he stays lazily before disappearing into the armored frame, taking Vanessa's attention away from you and back towards him.
And don't forget inside, I'm counting on you.
Vanessa calls into the cockpit. If Hansen answers, you don't hear it.
Well then, Lieutenant, have you got everything you need for the mission? I don't see you carrying a PST or guide from the chief for removing the O'Brien leg box. Didn't you? Hey, Lieutenant.
The chief's loud call from the hangar entrance, and you see her heading towards you with a large off-white object under her one arm and manila folder in her hand. Oh, Chief! How's it going? Long time no see! As she's halfway across, she launches the object at you. Although you manage to grab it with your free hand, its momentum pushes you back into the armored frame and you hit it with more force than you had expected. It takes you a second to recover, but once you do realize that the Chiefs just pitched a briefcase-sized portable computer at you, the PST. You get a portable sub-terminal. By the time you're able to find its handle and get a grip on it, the chief arrives at the Juno and holds onto the machine.
I had to grab the one you left in the engineering. I've charged it up, but this device got pretty thirsty, so it took a while. Ahem. And there's instructions for removing a black box. The O'Briens is swift like the Gundam, so there shouldn't be any difference in procedures as long as you follow this to the letter. Ahem.
Ignoring Vanessa, the chief proffers a manila folder containing a few sheets of paper. Rearranging your hold on your helmet, the PST, and your grip on the armored frame, you just about to manage to take the folder from her. You get the black box guy. You glance back to Vanessa, who hovers behind you, as an increasingly deep scowl forming on her face. Before you have the opportunity to acknowledge the lieutenant, the chief lays a hand heavily on your shoulder, returning your attention to her and almost making you drop the folder.
Don't forget, Lieutenant, the PST needs success verification to open doors, so your ID won't work on the O'Brien because you've not been assigned to it. You'll need to use the ID of one of the O'Brien's crew to get anything working.
Alright, thanks for the heads up, Chief. How do I contact one of them, though, if they're all dead? Well, I mean, if they're uncontactable, they're not dead, right? I hope they're not dead. If that's the case,
So.
would you mind hanging on these until I get back?
Sure thing, Lieutenant. Anyway, I've got engines to be rectifying. Although I've already queued up the startup reaction, so now while I Chief Engineer Cat Eyes? Right, we've both got things to be getting on with. Good luck out there, Lieutenant.
With a final pat on your shoulder, the chief launches herself off the armored frame and back towards the hangar entrance.
Chief Engineer Cat Eyes!
Vanessa yells while using you to push herself forward, her lower lip quivering with anger as she watches the chief pass over the guard rail and towards the stairwell leading out to the hangar. Although she remains silent, you can see the rage building in Vanessa, her slight frame seeming as if it could explode at any second. As subtly as possible, you attempt to make your way to the Juno's cockpit without attracting her attention. You've already noticed that Dalton has disappeared from view.
What?
And you hope to achieve the same thing before the lieutenant can direct her scornage. Unfortunately, as you lower yourself into the Juno's cockpit, the casing of the PST strikes the armored frame surface, resulting in a loud clang that reverberates through the empty space of the hangar.
It's going somewhere, Lieutenant.
I have a mission to do, Lieutenant Lord. Live quickly. Your mind races as you try to come up with a good way to extricate your way from the situation. The concept of getting into another fight with Sonesta right now is somehow even worse than the thought of sharing a cramped cockpit with Hansen. Lieutenant Uchiha heading out. Good luck with commanding the mission, ma'am. You announce, throwing the best you can manage considering how full your hands are.
Get out of here, Lieutenant.
I'm trying to. Bye-bye. Vanessa hisses, turning her back to you and launching herself off the armored frame and towards the hangar entrance. Turning towards the cockpit entrance, you make your way inside, pulling the lever that closes the hatch behind. With the hatch closed, all you can hear is the gentle hum of the frame's subsystems. Once inside, your eyes quickly adjust to the low light, with the only source of illumination being the occasional backlit dial or readout. You pause for a moment and grit your teeth. This was the first time in years that you had been inside the cockpit of an armored frame. It might be a newer model, but it was pretty much exactly how you remembered it. Snapping back to the present, you do your best to head off the thoughts that you know will follow your reminiscing by taking a look around the cockpit to see where you would be sitting. Although the majority of Juno's cockpit is taken up by the pilot seat, which sits in the center, mounted on a series of shock absorbers, there is space on either side which allows for addition of a temporary passenger seat to be mounted on the pilots. Sir Nav Dalton has attached this fixture onto the right-hand side of the seat currently occupied by Hansen. You stash the PST and the file the chief gave you at the rear of the cockpit. Once they're out of your hands, you pull out on your helmet, fastening your suit's final seals, and then strapping yourself into the passenger seat. Whilst you do up the buckles, you look across at Hansen, who you realize hasn't said a single thing since you entered the cockpit. You've been too preoccupied with getting away from Vanessa to notice, but now that you're actually paying attention to the ensign, you see that his chest is rapidly rising and falling with every breath. On top of that, his hands both grasp the flight sticks, squeeze them tightly, and release them, a motion he repeats over and over. Despite the fact that you're looking right at him, he hasn't noticed you. Instead, his focus seems purely on the monitor in front of him. Hey, Ensign Cruz. Are you okay?
He's still PTSD.
There's a slight delay, but a second after you ask Hansen releases his grip on the flight sticks and turns to face you. The intense expression he had just had suddenly replaced by his normal countenance. What? I was just asking if you were okay. Of course I'm okay. What are you talking about? We're not all cowards like you who can't even launch an AF. Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly as you look away. You weren't sure what you'd been expecting, but at least Hansen seemed like his normal self. Thankfully, any follow-up from his is cut off by Vanessa's face appearing on the comm screen and her voice on the frame speakers.
A Gundam 1. This is Lieutenant Lord. It's 1630 Jovian Standard and the mission has begun. Please confirm you're ready for launch.
Copy that, Lieutenant Lord. This ensign crew is in Gundam 1. All systems ready for launch and waiting on authorization.
Understood. Authority granted. Stand by whilst you're transported for takeoff.
Although the Juno's monitors haven't turned on yet, you can tell that the reverberation you feel are coming from it being lowered from the hangar and out of the underside of the ship.
Yang. Activating all systems. Now!
All at once, the monitors come to life, illuminating you and Hansen with their glow. Gundam 1, ready.
Gundam 1 releasing restraints.
Gundam 1, launching. Once the armored frame is free of its restraints, Hansen slams the flight sticks towards in unison, sending the Juno hurtling away from the Gundam and causing it to shake with the acceleration. As the cockpit shudders, you could unconsciously grab onto the straps keeping you in the passenger seat and squeeze them tightly. With the frame continuing to accelerate, you do your best to keep a neutral expression, but despite this, Hansen looks across to you and notices your grim appearance. What's the matter, Lieutenant? Feeling flight sick already? No, I'm fine, you lie. Sure, just sit back and watch how a real pilot handles an AF. Although you had thought Hansen had launched it at maximum thrust, he somehow manages to find an extra burst of acceleration, causing the cockpit to shake further, doing nothing to help the nausea you feel. If you throw up, sir, your helmet stays on. Eventually, Hansen eases up on the acceleration and the juddering stops. Oops. Although you're still slightly nauseous, you slowly begin to feel less like the little food you've had time for today will be reappearing inside your helmet. As the Juno continues to cruise forwards, you and Hansen both sit in the near silence of the cockpit. With no real indication of distance between you and the O'Brien or the speed you're traveling, it's difficult for you to keep track of time, and the journey drags on. And the video concludes. Yeah, we're on space now, inside the suit. We are Gundam. Anyway, that's all for today's video. We'll continue to try saving the O'Brien in 2 days. And see you guys later. Bye-bye.